Hello, hello. Oh, no, false alarm, dogs. It's just me, AllyG, and I think my light went dead, so we might be in the dark. Is it gonna go out again? I don't know. Yes, it is going out. So, it's a little dark, maybe. Let me know. No, that's even darker. Yeah. Whee! Look at all the colors. I lost my remote. Let's see. Let's just white light now. Go back to the white. Back to the white. There we go. No. Bummer, dudes. Anyway. Hey guys. My light went out, so maybe we'll have a little bit of light from the outside. Maybe? No? It's a little better. Hey Mike. And Chris. How's it going? Oh my gosh. I'm not even sure what happened at the Sally D interview on the chat, because we were just chatting and she was asking a lot of questions and I had a lot of answers, and it was like, it's different being interviewed, you know? I was trying to pay attention to the chat, but I don't think I was very good at it. But I know Sally was good at it, but not me. Hey, Miss M. Glenn, I am such a slacker. I need to get with Granny about, I know what date we're going to do, but like, still, she's going camping right before that. Do you ever feel like you're a slacker and you just have too much stuff to do? And Granny, if you're here, just know that I love you, and I'm still going to call you soon as pumpkin pie. Hey, what's up, new people in the chat? I don't know your name, you know, but I don't care about that. Welcome. Nana. Nana, aka Yvonne. How's it going? Nana of 5. Let's go. Nana's place. Everybody's here. Well, tonight is, maybe I could plug that light in. Tonight is an interesting night. We have lots to talk about. I'm going to try to plug this light in. I'm going to pull a Daniel and kind of sort of wait for the chat to get hey, you know, M's here, Yvonne's here. We got some newbies here. Thank you for being here. And so, yeah. Okay, so it'll work when I plug it in. No? Oh. I guess not. Nope. Well, we failed. What do you guys think? It's a more candlelight AllyG. Maybe. Oh, yeah. This one doesn't go. I have another one here, but it doesn't go any further. Yeah, we're at a standstill with the light. This light let me down. That's weird because I only had it on for like an hour with Sally D, and it's turning on, but then it's like turning off. Glamour shots of my fairy dragon. That is really cool. That sounds fun. CL. Well, to heck with that light. Gosh, it seems dark. Let me know. Is it too dark, you guys? Can you see me? I can see me in there. Whatevs. Okay, now, hey, the chat is filling up. We have CL Fantasy Waves in the house. So, tonight we are talking about bass fish. Like we always talk about bass fish. But tonight we are discussing the fact that bass don't have eyelids. That's right. Bass don't blink, right? And what does that mean for the angler? The fisher person, me and you, if you're fishing, well, they're always watching, right? They're always aware. So you have to be stealthy sometimes when you're fishing. You know, if they are right by the bank, then you don't want to spook them, right? You don't want the bass to see you. That's right. They can see you and they can hear you. That's another thing. We'll get to that, right? So you have to be stealthy because they're always watching. And that also means that, you know, they don't have an opportunity to get away from the sunlight, right? Unless they go to cover, right? And in my last video, Big D, what's up? If I didn't say hi, I think I'm saying hi twice, but you know I love you, Big D. Anyway, so you know the bass are always watching, right? So they don't have the opportunity to get out of the sunlight. So what are they going to do? They're going to go to cover, right? So the just like my last video, I was going to say the 3 B's of fishing. You know, is bait fish, brush, and birds. You know, those are the things you want to see if you want to see fish. That's a tongue twister, right? So the 3 B's: bait fish, birds, and brush. And what is brush? It's like a tree. It's any cover. You know, root system, underwater grass. You know, even no grass and a hard bottom. That's still a type of cover. Maybe there's rocks. You know, maybe there is dips in the sand, like in the ocean when you fish. There's no cover in the ocean. The waves are happening, right? What cover do the fish have? Well, there's like dips in the sand. You know, sandbars and different areas for the fish to kind of hang out, right? Because predator fish have to eat smaller fish, so they have to have some kind of system. You know, learning more about saltwater fish, but mostly bass, right? They're always watching. And the saltwater fish, man, the water is even clearer. So that's a whole nother segment because they're different, right? So that also means that, you know, the bass aren't blinking, right? That light matters, right? You know, like I said, the sunlight, you know, but not only that, but like when you're fishing with this particular bait, you know, is it cloudy? Is it sun just shining down? There's no clouds at all. Is it, you know, bluebird conditions? You know, what condition are you fishing? And that's where light matters comes in with your lures, and also being stealthy, like I said in the beginning, because if there's no clouds and it's sunshine and the clear water and you just roll up on the bank and there's some big 10-pounder hanging out, well, guess what? He's not going to be hanging out for much longer. Did I ever catch a bluefish? Yes, I have caught a bluefish at the pier. I certainly have. So what else happens because the bass don't have eyelids and they don't blink? So they kind of count on other senses to find their baits, right? Hey Jay, what's happening? We're here talking about bass and the fact that they don't blink, right? They don't have eyelids. So we're talking about that, and we're down to the nitty, almost to the nitty gritty, but we're talking about the vibrations, right? And sound, and because the bass have ears. Now they don't have ears, on the outside like you and me, but they have an internal. They have ears that feel vibration and hear sound. So, again, if you're creeping up on the bank and there's a big old fish there hanging out, he can hear the vibration of you stomping on the bank to come to the water. They could probably even see like a shadow of your shadow or your rod as you're moving your rod across the water. I mean, they're predators, right? And they're always looking for a meal, but they're always looking out for themselves as well. So yes, that's right. Bass have ears, but not like you think. Look up a bass anatomy. It's very interesting. So vibration. This is a cool one, right? So the bass and all fish have what you call a lateral line, right? And it's on the side of a fish. Now think about, most fish you've ever seen, a bass has like a little speckled portion, where, I know exactly what it looks like, but, a snook has a line, snappers have a line, and this line is parallel to their eye. And so when they're swimming along, they can feel vibrations and they can feel how, it helps them with the distance they need to do to strike, to eat that bait fish. So they use their lateral line as well. So when you are using a bait and it's not, hey, what's up? Jenny from the block. My girl. We're talking about bass. And I know you love that, right? But hey, welcome in. Welcome in. So, the lateral line is important, and it's cool because each fish has a different lateral line, kind of like a fingerprint, right? It's a pattern, or it's a straight line in their scales, parallel to their eye, but it's just like your fingerprints. It's different, right? So even if you don't like to fish, hey, you learn something new. Welcome to the dark party. We are lights out over here. I have a light malfunction, but we're dealing with it. I have a little bit of light. I have my backup light here. Yoda's in the light. You guys can see Yoda, right? That's great, Yoda. So who else is here in the chat? Okay, we got Jen, we got Jay, we got Chris, we got, oh my goodness, good night, Munchie. What is happening? My buddy, good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Hey, retired rambler. Hey, good evening. Good to see you too. We're just talking about bass. Excuse me, I'm all choked up. Hold on. Hydrate. I was talking earlier with my friend Sally D. I got interviewed, and that was a riot. And I'm losing my voice. Okay. It's a little bit better. I got my Publix, not diet sweet tea, but it's tea with lemonade, like an Arnold Palmer, but it's the ginseng with honey. It's good. Okay, we're gonna talk. I'm excited about this, right? So vibration, and I don't know how great this is gonna work because You know, you got to improvise, right? Roll with the punches. Maybe we'll try this. Okay, so vibration, right? So bass lures, they really rely on that, right? Vibration. Because there we go. Bass, this is a frog, right? This is a topwater bait, right? And when you're fishing this along the top of the water, you know, it's making a vibration, right? On the top. And then you have a bait like this guy, right? And he is more like he rattles. He rattles. And it's a low vibrational sound. And also when you pull him through the water, he goes side to side, right? And this is a lipless crankbait, which means it has no bill, right? So a bill like this one, this plastic piece here, causes a different vibration in a different water column. So you have this one, and it's more like, not top water, but like 2 to 4 feet. And then you have square bills, which go, you know, in some cases up to 6 feet, but they're also shallow. And then sometimes this bill will be curved, and they're deep divers. I don't have a lot of deep divers because in Florida we don't have a lot of deep water. So vibration, right? Vibration and sound. And also we were talking about light, and just like the light broke, right? Light matters as well. So if you're fishing on the top of the water, feeding and watering your animals, I know how that is. We got lots of animals to be doing that too. So yeah, the top of the water. I got one bite on a whopper plopper, and it's not even this one. It was a smaller one, but it was. I try all the time to get frog bites, to get topwater bites, but this is the only one, the whopper plopper, which is so basic. I've been trying for my topwater bites. But anyway, vibration. These things all make sense, right? And also, you know, I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. Also, you have to take into consideration the seasons, right? You have all the different seasons, and the bass are doing different bassy things in their bassy home. So that's also something you got to take into account, right? So we have all these lures. I've talked about the top water because there's the middle of the column, you know, which is more like you have bottom baits, like jigs. Now this is a baby jig. I don't even think you can. No, it's too small. The baby jig. Oh, here's one. There we go. And then you have your bottom baits, like this jig, right? And I got a trailer on there. It's a crawl trailer. It's got a big old head on there, and the weed guard. Now this right here is gonna fly down to the bottom, you know, pretty fast. You know, because you're using like a 3/8 or a half ounce. I like, because of the grass and stuff. And you want to just keep it on the bottom, you know. You might pull the tip up a little bit and let it hop, you know, but you don't want to make like, you know, grandioso crazy adjustments, you know. You're just kind of hopping it back. It's a bottom bait, you know, because you know, they say there's 3 columns because the bass are either suspended at the top, in the middle, or at the bottom. They could be 2 inches from the bottom, they could be 3 feet in the middle, or they could be right at the top. But when they're at the top, they're not necessarily, you know, always just looking for top water baits. Usually topwater baits come from the suspended in the middle column, and they just come up and snatch it like a jaws shark. Dana, hey, what's going on, Dana? I know you've been busy making awesome cookies. We're talking about bass, of course. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Yes, we're talking about bass. And the fact that they don't blink. Camera one, camera two. Camera one, camera two. That's right, they don't blink. So that makes a difference in how you're going to target them, right? It's part of the game, man. It's part of hunting them down. Because, you know, sometimes there's lures that bass just can't resist, right? Like live worms, you know? You give a live worm a dangle in front of a bass, what is he gonna do? He's gonna hit the worm, baby. 33 days until we meet. Hey, lucky number 33, right? I like that number. Yeah. That's right. I am very excited. Thank you for the compliment on my hat, Miss M. I like this hat too. I don't think I missed anybody. I'm so glad we had some cool people come into the chat that I haven't seen in a while, like the retired rambler, which, you know, I want to say your name is Eric, but I think I'm going to get it wrong, because I know I met you over at Daniel's Outdoor with Daniel's channel. Have fun in nature, my buddies. Hey, I got your email and your mailing information, and I'm going to be sending out that groovy win that you guys got. And yes, can you see my face? I had a malfunction with my lighting, and I'm rolling with the punches, right? We could tell spooky stories. Okay, just kidding. Just joking. What's up, SWC Florida? Yeah, you know. What's happening? I've seen you here before. I'm glad to have you back. How are you doing? Yes, indeed. We are talking about bass, and you know, they're crazy little creatures, aren't they? They do awesome things. Sometimes you can't figure them out, and sometimes you can. But what do we know about them? We know they don't have eyelids. So, like, you can find patterns from this very thing, right? So if you have a stump in the water and, you know, the sun is shining and it's coming down, you know, on one side of the stump, the sun's just shining bright, right? And then you have another side of the stump, right, where it's all shady, you know, and kind of maybe there's a tree right there too, and it's kind of hanging out over the top, you know, in the water a little bit. And you know, what side of the stump are you gonna think that bass is there? I like to imagine that bass is hanging out in the shade, right? He doesn't necessarily want to be in the sun, you know, where he can't, you know, see the bait fish as well. Because if you're in the dark, it's not because, you know, he can't blink and he's worried about the sun in his eyes, but if he's in the dark and he can see into the light, right, then he can see those bait fish better, right? It's the same purpose if like, you know, you're looking inside your house and you have the lights on at night, you can see inside, but the daytime you turn the lights on, you're looking, you can't see as well, right? Same difference. You can see those patterns. And that's not just a stump, right? It's any piece of cover that you've got going on in the water. Hey, that's really groovy. If you want to collaborate anytime, I can hop on the boat and we can have a good old time. Uh, I would love that. Um, I'm just a small little creator, and I'd love to go on a boat. I'm a bank angler. All right. You know, I'm strictly a bank angler, but I know how to drive a boat and fish from a boat. So I'll come on the boat. Anytime, y'all. Okeechobee, you know it. Let's do it. Hey, that's true. Every single pair of sunglasses that I have are polarized. I saw some today that were really cool, but I did not get them. Yep. Boats do cost a lot of money. What, Mike? You just got your boat. How is it a ornament in the yard? No, I do not accept that. Sad face panda. Did it break? But you know what they say a boat stands for? Break out another 1,000. Right, right. Am I right or am I right? Okay, so I was trying to make my last point. You know, like lures that bass can't resist. You know, and yeah, we have, you know, jigs and we have live bait, you know, but I don't even have a bag of worms out, but you know, it's worms. I gave it away. I think I can just reach out. Right, AllyG 1K. Most bodies of water are fed by glacier. Polarized glasses. Yes. Okay, so here we go. One of my favorite worms, right? We have the 10-inch culprit, right? This is a curly tail worm, ribbon tail, also known as ribbon tail, I should say, right? 10 inches of June bug, purple with the blue flake. That's the traditional June bug, right? Here in Florida, I will say I do prefer the red glitter, but culprit is a really good worm. And the thing about a worm is how it moves in the water and how you rig it. What does that mean, rigging it? It means how do you put it on a hook? Do you use a weight? Do you use a peg with your weight and make it stay in one place? Do you have a Carolina rig where you have a noisemaker going back and forth and line that goes out that makes your bait do different things, right? There's all different kinds of rigs. Tokyo rig, a drop shot rig. But the worm, you can put the worm, and it doesn't have to be a 10-inch worm, right? It could be a smaller one. It could be a 7.5-inch worm. It could be a 5-inch worm, right? Let's see what else we can grab, right? Here we go. It can be even any kind of like a stick bait as well. The Cinco, you know, where it's just, oh, are we seeing a pattern? I just went right in the bag and just pulled out a random bait, and it's purple June bug. Purple with the blue flakes. Yeah. So, worms, plastic worms. The bass cannot get conditioned to them. That's the whole story there. The lure is that they can't resist, right? And I'd say the same thing for fluke or a creature bait like a lizard. Well, no, not a lizard. They know what a lizard is. You know, I'll take it back. Yeah, worms, stick baits, curly tail worms, curtail worms, U-shaped worms, whatever worm, French fry worms, big old worms, small worms, tiny, whatever. They cannot get conditioned to it. But Sally D, check out my frog. Lizards and frogs, they do know because they hate them. Why? Because they eat their babies. Yeah. True story. Yeah. We went shopping earlier and we got some cool stuff, which this is not anything of that. This is just random stuff. I'm looking for a lizard. Yeah, here we go. A frog. So you guys have been watching the channel, right? For a little while. Oh, these lights are dying too. Right? Maybe I should turn on the light. It's getting kind of dark. What time? It's only halfway through. The lizardo. The salamander. Bass's #1 enemy. Yeah, Dana. Dana, I'm gonna make you catch a big old bass with me. It's gonna be glorious. So, okay, so Jen, thank you for holding down the chat while I was playing with my plastic lizard and my big old worms. So I was going to ask you guys a question, right? So I showed you the obvious ones that I always talk about, lizards and frogs. But I've said it before in the channels. Can anybody name any other, forage that bass eat that, besides a lizard or a frog? Yeah, you got it, Miss M. It's all about confidence, right? The fish is out of water, and you put a hook in their lip, right? So it'll come out the same way it went in. Okay, so that hook and that barb went in to the lip of that fish because you jacked your pole up, right? Or you reeled in, and it penetrated. Bam. How do you get it out? This just opposite. So think about it. It went in like this, and you get it out the same way. You just put pressure and pull it towards you. You don't want to pull the hook, more into the fish and try to, get your line all caught up. You want to pull it out. And if you catch a fish, you'll know. I mean, it's instinct almost too, I think. Yeah, maybe I'll go live from the bank, Em, and I'll show you. And if you don't have a lot of strength in your hands, you just get a needle nose plier, and you just boop, pop it right out. And it all comes with, experience and confidence. Yeah. I have a really hard time with treble hooks. Like, I've been fishing all my life, and treble hooks are trouble. Treble hooks are, these guys. They're already causing trouble. See, they're stuck together, you know, but it's a mess, right? But this little guy, technically, he only has 2 hooks, right? 1 and 2, but it has 3 points to each hook, so that's 6 hook points. And each one of those has a barb. So it's more chances to hook the fish, right? But at the same time, it's hard to pull it out. So did anybody answer my question? Hemostats? Yes, they do. They do, Brian. Brian Hiffany. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. Briffany. I like the Briffany. There we go. Oh, you guys are silly. I don't even know if my husband and I added our names together, it'd be Patrick and Allison. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Brian answered. Minnows. Yes, minnows. That's right. They like to eat minnows. You know, but there's a lot of enemies of the bass, right? That eat their eggs, and it's like, of course, bait fish, right? Of course, bait fish, and of course, lizards, because I said that one, and frogs, right? What else, right? Snakes. Snakes do it. Oh, Brian, he won this this kit right here, and it has hooks and some weights, and they won a long time ago, and I just recently got their address, so I'll be sending this out, and I'm going to send a special trout bait for rainbow trout that I am going to add as a bonus, because I have it and I don't have any rainbow trout here, so I'm decluttering. So there we go. It's getting dark in here, even more so because my lights on, I have lights on my holder of my phone, but with the light of the computer and this guy, maybe we can make that brighter, right? Kinda, maybe. Yeah. My lighting is not kicking. I should have charged it in between Sally's interview and my live. But hey, what you gonna do? Yes, I'm getting it out to you guys, and yes, and I appreciate you guys too with your awesome giveaways. You guys with your giveaways. What do you think, Yoda?
May the force be with you.
He says, "May the force be with you." Yes. Should they do more giveaways? What do you think?
Meditating I have been, at one with the force am I.
Yeah. Awesome sauce. So, we have talked about all the things on my list. We talked about how they're always watching because they can't not be watching, right? And light matters, sound and vibration matter. And, you know, if you're using the right lure during the right season and it's the right time of day and the weather is favorable, I mean, there's a lot that goes into like thinking about fishing, but you could also just walk up to the bank and literally just catch a fish, right? I mean, it's possible. Your force loves your face. Yes. Yes, it does. Dana's gonna do a lot. Allie, what is your favorite way to prepare fish to eat? Ooh, I like to bake my fish. you know, put some Everglades seasonings on there, maybe some lemon. Yes, sir. Asparagus, broccoli, all that. Rice. Yummy. You're making me hungry. Hey, Philip, what's happening? Yeah, the wine will get you. The wine will get you, Philip. I never do drink wine. Nope, not a fan. Not the Chardonnay nor the whatever else, Merlots, all that stuff. I used to know a lot more about wine because I used to work with it, and but not no more. Don't know a lot about it nowadays. Oh, Tyler's here. Hey, Tyler. Mike is saying hi to the Tyler. Yes, Sally's here. Everybody is talking in the chat. You know, it's so nice to have a community where you guys will just, you know, hang out, talk amongst yourselves, and be totally entertained by my awesome bass fishing information. Excuse me. You know, I had a big day. I woke up super early so I could get all the things done that I needed to do so that I could get back in time for my interview, which I did really well at, but then, you know, I'm definitely going to turn into a pumpkin in the next couple of hours. Yeah, Sally D was asking me, you know, are you a early person or a night person? I used to be such a night owl, right? Stay up late, but you know, I value sleep. And now that I'm a parent, I have to get my sleep where I can get it right. So, yes, Jack Black. Oh my gosh. I'm still having like a brain fart. I was gonna do like something funny about Jack Black, but I really can't even. Um, he's a little crazy for me, really. He's hilarious, but sometimes he's a little much. Hey, High Plains Camper, did you see? Did you see the other day you were the subscriber of the day on one of my recent videos? I think it was 2 videos ago now. So congratulations. Cheers. I got some honey ginseng tea here, and we are drinking it up. You know, it's okay. You can say hello. Hey, that's okay. I just noticed that you subscribed, and I saw your comment. So there you go. It happens. I have a subscriber of the day on every single video. And my forehead itches right now. I'll tell you what, yeah. Brian and Tiffany have been my subscriber of the day. I don't know if they caught that. I'm sure they did. It's been a while for that. Because they have been subscribed for a minute now. You know, and I'm getting closer and closer to, you know, my goal. You know, we were talking about goals and things on YouTube, here in the streets of YouTube, on a live in a distant, faraway land just a while back. I'm only saying that because I don't remember. Okay, yeah. I was on Peter's live, and he was on a group chat. Anyway, goals, right? So I want my channel to be a catalyst for my career in fishing, right? So does that mean I'm going to go and be a Bassmaster Classic star? Maybe. But really, what else does that mean for me? You know, can I teach bass fishing? Can I create my own um, line of lures and baits? Have I already thought about it and have everything planned and I'm about to unleash it? Maybe. You know, goals, right? So, everyone, what are your goals for your channel? And, start with small goals. I think my first goal for my channel was definitely not like some catalyst for a career in fishing. I think at first it was more, just something I did for me. Like, like this is mine. I love to fish and I love to share. I love to talk. I love videography. I love editing. I love photography. I love electronics. I love you, Miss M and Sally, and the new guy, Samsung. What's your uncle? And who else? And High Plains Camper and Chris and Tiffany and Brian and everybody here, Mike. And if you're not here, you know who you are, and I love you too. So I'm getting hyped up. I'm getting a little bit crazy because I'm tired. I think I've crossed over to the to the delirious side. I love your face. Your face's face has a face, and I love it. How about that? Numbers? What numbers? I mean, I don't really care how many numbers there are, but I want to meet people, and I want to be seen by certain industries, and maybe get sponsors and yeah, and compete. Maybe if it's not like on a national level, just for fun, be a co-angler, just to say that I did it. Like nothing crazy. Yeah, yeah, I'm a pumpkin. It's true. Because I'm also a princess, just like Cinderella. I need an AllyG face emoji. Well, take a screenshot. Oh my goodness. I am sharing more of my live streams. Yes. Yes, I have been sharing too, right? Oh my gosh. I have not watched the highlight from our live yet. I'm sure it's fabulous, Sally. We were a bunch of cuckoo birds. I had a lot of fun though. It happens so fast when you're being interviewed. This hour that I'm talking right now seems a lot longer than the time I spent with Sally. It seemed like it was like boop. I'm telling you, I just need to get seen. I need to get on TV and talk about stuff. I need to talk about stuff. I mean, I don't know. I would have fun. Oh, don't blow up my head, Glenn. They say the meek shall inherit the earth, right? I don't need to get on no TV, but I would have a lot of fun doing it, I'm sure. No, Sally, I just said that I didn't see it yet because I was on this live when it came out. But I can watch it now. I could click on it right now. It's this little thing right here. Okay, you made me do it. Wait, I can't hear. Oh yeah, my son was inspired by CL. We still got some paints and stuff. it's the song. I do love that song. Nappy Roots. Yeah. Did Nappy Roots do that song? I'm sure a lot of people have sung that song. It's an old timey song. I think Janis Joplin sang it. Elvis. Sally's got some moves. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's true. You guys go watch the live highlight where you can see AllyG sing a song. Is it? I've not worn a hat before. Well, here it is. No hat, AllyG. Yeah, my head gets itchy after a while. You know. And I wore it earlier with on the other live. I don't always like to wear a hat, you know. Plus, I just washed my hair, so it's nice. Put it under a hat. What is that all about? Anyway, you guys, oh my gosh, I'm talking about my hair. No, this is a bass fishing channel. Let's go. So, I was gonna do yeah, that's fun, right? When you catch a big bass like that, oh my gosh. You put your hand inside the bass's mouth, your whole fist. That is a largemouth bass, right? You know, I wrote a song about the largemouth bass. It's called LMB, which is initials for largemouth bass as well. That's right, Miss M. Yeah, we rise by lifting others. Shout out to CL. I do not have fancy camera action yet, and I'm teaching myself slowly how to use I should use an easier one. Seems like it should be easier. I'm using OBS with my super crazy DaVinci other stuff, and I was trying to have a different setup for my live instead of using my phone, but we'll see. True story. Yeah, the Pocket 4. I got an older Pocket one, and I love it. It's not a 4, but I like cameraman Steve because it follows me around with the what do you call that? The gimbal. Oh man, I am tired. Yeah. Okay. I will try that. There's a free version. Check it out. Yeah, there's a free version that came with my super uber expensive computer over here. It should be simple, but it's really not. It's like more complicated than I want it to be because it's got AI stuff. That's the deal. It's like if it has all this AI extra stuff, then it seems to like really take a lot of the power from my computer. Like it slows down my whole system. Sally D. Yeah, I use DaVinci Resolve, and it does all kinds of stuff. Um, but it is getting late, and the lights on my phone are dead for my background light, so it looks like you can still see, but it's pretty dark. Your iPhone is crap. I just got my phone fixed, you guys. I was so happy. I dropped it the day I paid it off. The same day. I dropped it right after my live last week. Yeah. Boop. Right on the floor. And it cracked like a starburst. And it worked for like 2 or 3 weeks. But I didn't think I had insurance, but you know, my husband knows me too well. And it turned out that he did. It's true. I need my beauty sleep. Good night, sweetheart. Yeah, it's time to go. Ba 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 ba. Good night, sweetheart. Yeah, it's time to go. Good night. Good night to each and every one of you. You are all sweethearts. You know I love you. And I'm going to go get some rest because I can already feel myself turning into a pumpkin. Thanks for watching the AllyG show. Bum, 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 bum. I'm here every Thursday night at 8 p.m., even if I'm a little bit tired. And I thank you for coming, and thanks for listening about bass, fish, and the fact that, you know, that they don't have eyelids and they don't blink. Camera 1, camera 2, right? It matters. So when you're, and that's any fish. So when you're out there fishing, think about it. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.